Your efficiency, helping you get clear on the efficiency of your home. Okay, Eduardo, I am up in the attic space right now, just taking a quick look around, seeing what it is that you have and seeing how it is that we might best be able to help you out here. So first and foremost, what we're looking at is the type of insulation that you have here on your attic floor. This particular stuff is an older version of the pink fiberglass type of loose fill type insulation. Definitely not a bad type of insulation. Your biggest issues is that one, yours is covered in a lot of fecal matter. We've got a lot of rodent activity, but also you just never had nearly enough. Okay, and that brings me to my second point, which is your levels. Now, right now, your levels are going to be lower than what they were when it was originally done. However, just because the rodents have squished it down by walking on it for so much, but also you were never quite in a perfectly good position. However, they did code when they built the homes. They didn't cut any corners, but now we know that we need a lot more insulation. Okay, so right now you're coming in right about an inch, 2 inches at the highest point, but certainly below our joists, our wooden beams here. Bare minimum code right now, Eduardo, is R38, so it's 13.25 inches. That's right here. Okay, and then the very most insulation that you'd put in the home for the maximum effective insulation is 20 inches at R60. That's right here. Anything above this is what we call diminishing returns, which means we can double up. We can give you 40 inches. It won't provide you any more value than it will right here at this 60, but at the very least, we certainly want to get you to code. So pretty simple on that. Okay, now you've requested us to come up here, suck all this out, disinfect the area, and then blow it back in. And so we can easily do that for you. I can easily show you an option to remove everything, cleaning it up and putting it back in. Like I mentioned to you downstairs, we also do air sealing, and the air sealing would be on all penetrations after it's been removed, and that's going to be interior walls where wiring comes down and meets the attic floor, duct work, any recessed lighting. Pretty simple. I'm just going to take you to a couple areas so that you can see what I'm talking about, and even though I know that we talked about it downstairs, but just so you can have that perspective from up here. So this right here, insulation is supposed to be pink, just like this guy right here. But if I go to all the cracks and crevices here and I pull the insulation out from them, it's going to have this darker colors because it's been treating the insulation like a filter for years, right? Now, if this is the home, as we pay for heat, hot air rises and it stacks up on the ceiling and it looks for avenues to escape into the attic, right? But as hot air rises, it carries that dust up with it, okay? And then during the summertime, when this area becomes hot and pressurized, if it's only 95 outside, it's easily 120 to 140 in the attic space. It becomes hot, it becomes pressurized, and it can force heat back down. And once that dust is collected up here, when it forces that heat back down, it carries the dust along with it. And this can set off allergies. This can get people going into sneezing fits, all kinds of host of issues. So what we want to do is come to all these areas and seal them up. And that is going to do two things. One, it improves your unit's efficiency because now you're not wasting air, right? But two, it's certainly going to improve air quality in the home because now you're not forcing dust back into the home, causing people to have to breathe that in. Okay, so pretty simple on that, and I can show you an option for RSB. So that's remove, seal, blow. Okay. Now you guys had mentioned interest in the HVAC. And so with the HVAC, there comes the conversation of the ducts, okay? And we can either talk about, if you stay with gas, then we'll plug in either to these ducts, or if you want new ones, we can plug into new ones. If you go electric, we can either use these ducts, or you may also consider mini split, and then bypass the ducts altogether. So we can have that conversation. However, I want you to know what kind of ducts are up here right now. So these are the original type to the home, okay? Again, they didn't cut any corners when they did this. They did exactly what they were told and knew how to do, okay? However, we've come a great deal, a long way in technology. And when they did this, the point of these is to travel your air from point A to point B. You don't have any cooling, so this is designed to travel heat from point A to point B, okay? Good. However, when they did this, they used metal in order to do it, okay? Just to make that make sense, there's a reason why we use metal in order to cook. And that reason is because it conducts temperature. So when you're trying to be as energy efficient as possible, metal is the last thing in which you would want to use because metal can transfer temperature, okay? You're going to have temperature travel through this. Heat's more easily going to bleed in, but also actually you don't have AC. So for you, the heat that you're paying for is more easily going to bleed out, right? And causing you to have to run more and more, that heat more and more, okay? Now you can use these, that's fine, but I just wanted you to have an understanding of what they were. But that's pretty much it, Eduardo. That's a few options just to consider in my professional opinion. Sooner rather than later. Thank you.